everyone. This is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special...
Hey, my Crimsonites. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. I thought I had another little 20 seconds. I needed to go get some water. Needed. So who we got? We got Omani. Hey, Jay. Hey, Bishop. Hey, Miss Sherry, Kalila, Greg, Audrey, Scott. How you doing? How is everybody doing? Well, thank you, Miss Kalila. Hey, Ebo. How you doing? You next, Ebo. We coming to see you next. So you might as well just understand it. Thank you, Bishop. Y'all know I love me a good pink. I loves me a good pink. He said, come on. Bishop, Ebo said, come on. Oh, we gotta really arrange it. And a good time. Just waiting on folks to get on in here a little bit. I got 67 wonderful people watching me. Can I get 67 thumbs up, please? Please. You're welcome, Scott. Please. Hey, Miss Rita. Hey, Jerome. Thank you. Hey, DJ B-Side. Telling y'all I'm parched, y'all. Y'all see it and I almost wiped this out. Hey, C. Hey, Channel. I'm gonna have to get a refill. Uno momento, por favor. Oh, thank you, Jerome. So you can get a thumbs up and a donation. B1 says, thank you so much. Yeah, this is blush. Blush is like my favorite pink. And then comes like dusty pink, like that rosy pink. Second favorite shade of pink. Third favorite shade is like mauve. I consider that pink. But give me one more second. Let me fill up my water and then we'll come back and we will start the show. Thank you for being really patient. I needed some more water. I'm parched. Thank you, Mr. Research. I'm saying everyone in chat donate something. Show love. Thank you. Oh, Evo so sweet. I look like Valentine's Day Chardonnay with a box of chocolates covered strawberries. Ooh, chocolate covered strawberries. I think I can make that keto. I can make keto chocolate. And then strawberries are acceptable. I can eat strawberries. I eat strawberries almost every day. Okay. You can make chocolate covered strawberries? Sure. Okay. Gave me an idea. Hey, Elongo, Samuel. Yes, I can see. Thank you, Sheep. My baby DS1, he was cooking earlier too. Hey, young Juju. Sheep was cooking earlier. Okay, I got something for my Crimsonites to do. I'm getting close to 10,000 subs. Yay! Hey, my love is divine. But I need a favor. I need for my subs to sub to the Book of Ronin. Let me get his page. Make it a bit easier on you guys. Okay. That link that I just put into the chat room is the link for Book of Ronin. Can we please get him to 500 subs, please? I got enough subs to get him to 500. At least to 500. I would really, really, really appreciate it. He only has like a little over 3. It's closer to 4. But I would love to help him increase. Okay, we got a few people that did it already. Please subscribe to him. He is really, really a deep thinker. He's a vet, and that's mostly what he talks about. But he also is, of course, part of the A-Game family. So therefore talks about the 10 life values, but from a much different perspective than I talk about it, or Bishop or Sheep. Each one of us, you know, have our own way that we talk about it. And for those who just subscribed, thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. He's only about 20 off from 4. So we could get 20 people. Book of Ronin, I put the link to his channel right up there. So if you scroll up a little bit, Joe from DC. Very deep thinking brother. I know you watch him. If you watch Bishop, you watch him on Fifth and Benediction, which is an awesome show. He's always on Sheep Stay Sleep's Comedy Hour. And so we know the jokey side of Ronin, but there's this really deep side where Ronin has a voice that really needs to be heard. And I would really appreciate. So even if you're catching this on the replay, the link will be in the chat replay as well. I just posted it again so that you can subscribe to the Book of Ronin. Not only is he an awesome content creator, he's like a super supporter of all of us as well. Support of the year. Thank you so much, Joe from DC. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I appreciate everyone that subbed to the Book of Ronin. I really appreciate you guys doing that for me. Yes, a Ronin is a samurai without a shogun. I'm just kind of refreshing just to see. He is 9 people off from 400. If we can get 9, I'll start the show. Let's get 9 more people, 9 or 10 more people. Get them to 400. And then we can start this show. And I really don't mean to hold the show hostage like that, but I just want to keep a watch on the numbers. Thank you, Gender. Thank you, Nettie. Hey, Third James. Hey, Abe. You laughing at me, Abe? I'm really not trying to hold this stream hostage, but I'm really like just looking to keep a tab. He's 4 people away from 400. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, G6. Thank you, George. How you doing? Y'all are awesome. My Crimsonites are it. I have the best subs on YouTube, period. I'm trying to get my brother Ronin to 400 subs, MF Doom. My Crimsonites are the best audience. Y'all are the best subs ever. He's 1 more. He just needs 1 to get to 400. Yay! We got Ronin to 401. Thank you guys so much. So much. And I really do hope you enjoy his content. Thank you, UFO. Okay. So we can actually get on down to it. Okay. Why do they blame black men for everything? Right, Sherry? Y'all need a round of applause. Right? Oh my God. I love y'all to death. I'm going to post it one more time, especially for those who catch this on the playback. Okay. So, they blame black men for everything, right? We've heard it. We've heard it time and again over social media, in real life, how no matter what we say about the condition collectively of Black women, it always can somehow, if you twist it and turn it, if you tilt it on its axis, we can blame Black men for it, right? And by now, we know it as what Ronan would call it, accountability dodgeball, right? They're dodging accountability. When you're able to point the finger at someone else, then you're able to dodge things like responsibility and accountability for your own actions, because you get to say, well, it's their fault ultimately. We may be doing this or we may be doing that, but why are we doing it? We're doing it because Black men aren't ABC, and then proceed to say what things Black men aren't accomplishing, what their so-called failures are, what their so-called shortcomings are, so forth and on, until it gets to a point where realistically, according to them, they don't have anything that they do that would be considered at fault at all. But there's more than a dodging of accountability. Today we're going to go a little bit deeper into why it is reasonable for a bunch of gynocrats to blame Black men, the collective of Black men, ultimately. Okay, thank you, Young Juju. Before I get into the meat of it, I'm gonna do a small aside, which could be a tad bit of a rant. Do you guys mind me to go on a very small rant? Just a small, nothing too big, nothing too deep. Just a small little sorta, kinda. Thank you, Dark Power, for the Cash App. Don't mind if I do. Okay. The one line that I'm really tired about is Black men don't have any leadership. So you can't submit to anything. Baby girls, let me tell you something. You don't have to submit to every single man. Ain't nobody asked you to submit to every man that you see, black, white, polka dot, striped, or argyle. Okay? Look it up. Look up argyle. You understand what I'm just saying? All right? All that you have to do is submit to the leadership of your man. Now, if you are constantly getting approached and picked by men that don't have any leadership, that would be an issue with your femininity. And maybe your imbalance with masculinity that you have, because we understand that most of you hyenas are masculine. You're already existing in your masculine energy. So you don't even like men that come along with masculine energy because you feel like he should have feminine energy with you. And if he does not have any leadership, that's a you problem. Why are you with a man that doesn't have any leadership? And if no black men have leadership, why don't you go to another race of men that do have leadership? Oh, they don't want you. Ooh. So hush your mouth, get out of your masculine energy, get into your feminine energy, and you'll find men that have leadership that want to cover you with it. So I'm tired of hearing about how black men don't have leadership, because they do. Just them scrum bums that you deal with don't have any leadership, and even if he did, he wouldn't cover you with it because you're not worth it. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Now, hey, Father's Time. Hey, Dr. Michelle. Now, going into why it's easy to blame black men for everything, right? The stark reality is that these hyenas don't want anything to change. Okay? Nothing. Everything is as it should be according to gynocrats. All of this getting on here, talking about what they want done better or what problems they're having and all of this is cap. All of it is cap. Let's just start there. They don't want anything to change. And it's not only about accountability and dodging it. It's not only about dodging responsibilities, right? But we have to look into why the accountability, why is it so critical that no accountability be taken? Why is it so critical that no responsibility be taken on their end for the condition of anything? Okay? There are reasons. There are just a couple of reasons. But we're going to go into them. You know, I got my notes. But I'm going to really flesh out. And this can tie into a show that my brother Sheep Stay Sleep did the other day about mediocrity being your crutch. Because a few months ago, the gynocracy got up in arms about a certain individual calling a woman average at best. Do you remember the average at best thing? And everybody and their mama was mad about it. Y'all remember that? I know y'all remember that. Okay. Now, it was fake outrage. That's number one. That's number one. The gynocracy had fake outrage. However, the fake part was trying to cape for that woman. They don't like that woman, don't know that woman. The gynocracy will eat her alive if it benefits them. So let's just understand that about the gynocracy and the so-called sisterhood. They don't actually like each other. They just use each other in order to keep moving forward. But they are in the perfect way to explain the gynocratic sisterhood is they are in an opponentship relationship with each other. The gynocratic sisterhood, they are in an opponentship relationship with one another. What am I talking about? where they are together in sisterhood for a mutual benefit. But when the lights are off, when they don't got nothing to fight for, they fight and tear each other to shreds. They don't like each other. They don't love each other. They don't have sympathy. They don't have empathy even for each other. They just serve the purpose of the gynocracy together at different levels. And so therefore, they will seem as a united front, but they are not. Okay? Not in reality, they are not. Thank you, Abraham T. said, blessing, Crimson Ice. I love these convos. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Troy, for the cash app. So the sisterhood of gynocrats are in opponentship with one another. This is why the sisterhood is fake. Because real sisterhood, you actually love each other and you actually look out for each other's well-being, but they don't. Everything that they do is for the selfish motive of the gynocracy itself. Okay? Now that we understand the nature of the sisterhood, we can understand that when they have outrage over the supposed slight of one of them, it's not about defending her. They don't care about her. They don't care about that woman. They probably laughed at that woman when she turned the camera on, and average was actually a compliment from something that they would have said about her. Because if they call me a mud duck, you can imagine the types of words that they would use for that woman. Because the ones who like to say disparaging remarks about how I look are mostly women. Women are the meanest ones to each other. So let that be understood. Okay? All right. So, yeah, Greg, they laughed at it. They laughed at average at best. They know that everybody know that they laughed. Hey, Mr. Meach, it's been a while since I seen you. Said a sisterhood consists of conditional allies, not friends. Exactly. So they didn't care about her feelings being hurt or anything like that. They didn't even care about anything about her. It was they gathered together to be mad at him. That was all it was. She was just a convenient touch point to be mad at them, to be mad at him, that to use her to be mad at him and say whatever they wanted to say about him. All right, so that's all that was. So we get that clear. Okay. However, when we go a little bit deeper, then, well, it's average at best. They got mad not because of her, but because of another reason. And the average, that didn't hit them about her looks. That hit them about who they were as women. The gynocracy collectively got angry because average at best did not only describe that woman and her physical appearance, but it also described who the gynocracy is as a collective of women. And see, the gynocracy are not even average women. They are mediocre or below as a group of women. And the blaming of black men for everything wrong with them is a crutch to remain mediocre at best. Below average is the real reality. below average, I'm not talking about anybody's looks. I'm talking about below average as women. More than that, below average as human beings. They are not even average human beings. They're not averagely good human beings. And this may sound harsh, and I understand it. Thank you, Jerome says she looked like Smeagol. Y'all don't start roasting that lady. It may sound harsh, but if we take a look at the things that the members of the gynocracy are actually guilty of, then we don't have any other choice but to categorize them as below average. And this is the reason why they blame black men for everything, and why they denounce black male leadership, and really leadership of any kind. Because even though we know that they are following a value system of Dwight McManus, they don't truly have loyalty to him either. Let's just break that down. Let's just break that down. Because when you are a group as selfish, as ruthless, and really as evil and diabolical as this group is, there is no loyalty for anybody. There's no loyalty for Dwight McManus either, because she'll bite his hand too. She's bitten the hand that has fed her on quite a few occasions, actually. She might be a milder hyena around him a little bit, but that doesn't mean that he's immune to her biting him. And he knows that, which is why he keeps her at arm's length. This is why he keeps her at bay. Okay? See, he knows, Dwight McManus knows, that these gynocratic females are not to be trusted at all. They may come up around him and shake their little feather duster and blink their eyes like they gonna do right, but they don't. When you have been operating outside of integrity, outside of a working positive value system for this long, you don't have loyalty. You don't have things like honor. You don't have things like integrity, because you have been operating too long without them. So you don't all of a sudden get it in different circumstances. When you start operating without any of these things, then you are devoid of them. You become devoid of them for real, even if you were acting before. Okay? So she's not trustworthy anywhere. So that's a misconception that we have to actually get rid of, that she's going to be so loyal over there. Maybe on an individual basis, but that's rare. Okay? So when he said average at best, and they got all of their hackles raised and dander afluff, that wasn't about that woman. That was about, you know what? As a group, we are less than average. It hit them where they lived. in a way that was not even intended by the person who said it in the first place. Here's the other thing too. Gynocrats love to use these excuses because they know it is a crutch. They understand it is a crutch. It allows them to remain at this low level where there are no expectations to be better. There is no push to exceed and to excel. There's no push for excellence. There isn't even a push for betterment. They like it the way it is, not only for gynocratic power, even if it's power by proxy and all of those types of things. It's not just that. It is that, but it's a little bit more. It's a little something a bit simpler. Too lazy to do any changing. Thank you, Abraham T. said, when you can't listen soon, you will not hear. This is true. See, it boils down really to being lazy. And you wouldn't think that it was something as simple as that, but it really is. But it is not the kind of lazy that you do when you don't feel like getting up right now to cook dinner and you'll do it in like another 20 minutes. It's not that kind of lazy. It's more diabolical. Because men are the ones that push women ahead. Women do not push themselves ahead. Now, you get a gynocrat to argue you down about that, but even they know that men do the pushing. This is why they don't want black male leadership, because not only do they not respect it and things of that nature, but they know that if black men create their own value system, and if they live by it and therefore produce standards because of it, she's gonna be expected to live up to certain things. And she simply does not want to do this. The diabolical part of it is that she will sit back and watch what's left of the community burn with her children in it and herself, as long as she can justify it by saying that it is black men's fault that it is burning. She'll quietly burn with her children. She'll burn. All that she needs is to be able to justify that it's not her fault that it's burning. And the reason why that is so critical is because the burning is so catastrophic. See, what mother would watch her children burn? And this is, I'm speaking in theoretical terms. What real mother would watch it? What real woman would stand by and allow it to continue to be annihilated without lifting a finger to steer it away from its eventual doom? This is how you know gynocrats don't care, because they'd rather sit back and play the blame game rather than come to terms and say, these are the things that we are doing to facilitate this as well. So what can we do to help relieve our part of it. This is how you know they don't care. I don't know one mother worth her salt that would leave her baby in a burning building. Because if we don't die tonight, we gonna all die together. You see what I mean? Because I'm not going anywhere with my babies and my man in no burning house. I'm not going anywhere. If I can't get them out, I'm not out. You understand? Everybody gotta get out. If the house is burning, everybody gotta get out. If I'm the first one to see it, that we in trouble, I'm waking my husband up. Come on, babe, we gotta go. We immediately going to get the kids. Nobody's left behind. But a gynocrat doesn't think that way. She not even gonna tap him to tell him that the house is on fire. She's just gonna go outside. And it'll be, she'll tell the authorities, well, it was his fault he didn't wake up. He should have woke up. Why come I could wake up and he couldn't? He didn't smell the smoke. He didn't hear the alarm. I could hear it. Why he couldn't hear it? And I blame him not only for not hearing it, but not getting up and saving the kids. And I walked right past their room and didn't bother to save them. I walked right past both my kids' rooms and I didn't bother to go in there and do nothing. That's what we're dealing with when we're dealing with gynocrats. This is why I'm talking about it the way that I'm talking about it. I got 239 wonderful crimsonites, but I got 172 likes. Can we go out, like the video, and come back in? I would really, really, really appreciate it. This is what we're dealing with. This is the depth. I'm not even joking, really. I mean, it's an analogy, but isn't that what's really happening? Isn't she standing outside watching the ethnic outpost burn without lifting a finger, and there is a well here, a well there, and a well there that she could put the fire out with, and she doesn't do it? She doesn't bother to do it. Isn't that what she's doing? Isn't that what gynocrats are actually doing today? Don't they understand that they're holding on to feminism as a value system is destroying us? Of course they understand that. When you get them alone, they'll tell you they know it, but they don't care. Okay. Being mediocre, and in many cases less than that, is comfortable and predictable. Doesn't require her to change. Doesn't require any effort on her part. But most of all, it would require her to do a self-assessment. This is why she can't afford to have any changes occur. Because the one ingredient that is a necessity for things to change is self-assessment. And a gynocrat, a stomped down, staunched down hyena, is not going to assess herself. Because when you assess yourself, that means you admit that you have fault. And she's not going to admit that. See, of black women, like I told you guys, when I did this chart, I'm going to get over here to the end of it. If we look down and we say blue pill women, contented ignorance is at 80%. It says, often gynocratic in her thinking, she supports and benefits from the system of feminism and Dwight McManus. There is a small portion within the 80 that are purple pill. They got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But there's only 20% of women who are actually red pill. Now, the importance of this is to preface something that I want to say and want to make clear. The content of my channel is not designed to help gynocrats do anything. Okay? Let me make that very clear. Thank you, Chano, saying introspection is like kryptonite to a gynocrat. Exactly. Let me make that very clear. Nothing I do on this channel is aimed at saving a gynocrat. They're lost. The content on my channel, especially as I direct it towards women, is directed towards red pill women and the women who have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of on the fence with the gynocracy. They can actually be spared and saved, hopefully, and get some benefit out of what is being said here. But I'm not here to save a gynocrat, because gynocrats have chosen their side. They have chosen, I say. And they know well the choice that they made. They know the choice that they made. They are living in the results of those choices being made time and again. A stomped down, staunch hyena doesn't want to hear this anyway. But there are a demographic, or there is a demographic of women who are very much helped by what is being said here in this channel. Thank you, the back of the classroom. So thank you for your effort, and you're welcome. And what I'm saying is not, of course, directed at any particular women. This is directed at the concept of the gynocracy itself. I'm not here to save the gynocracy. I'm actually here to knock that down. That's gonna be knocked down. And the sledgehammer that we're using is this. This is the sledgehammer that is being used to knock down the gynocracy, and it needs to be knocked down because it has caused enough trouble, more than enough trouble for several lifetimes. There is a lot of mess that has to be cleaned up behind the destruction that has been wrought by the gynocratic system. Thank you, Great Britain, said to save the culture, the better parts of it. The gynocracy has to be done away with. Salam alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. This is the sledgehammer we're using. Sometimes it's a sledgehammer. Thank you, Sherry, for the PayPal. Sometimes it's a sledgehammer. Sometimes it's a scalpel. Sometimes it's a baseball bat like Lucille that Negan has. Sometimes we're doing that. But however we're doing it, this is the tool that is being used. We are intent upon using the 10 life values to redirect the women to understand what a value system is and to adopt a functioning one that actually benefits us. Okay? So I want everyone to be clear that using the 10 life value system is a multifunctional. It's really to get each individual on the right path to self-assess their own life, see where they're not doing so well, see where they are doing well, and then make the necessary improvements and adjustments, because we are no longer thinking about survival. We are thinking about thriving. But in order to get from surviving to thriving, there's this little piece in the middle that's called strive. And the striving is the effort made. They are the changes made. They are the hard decisions made. They are the tough times when you're looking into the mirror and seeing what needs to be done, what needs to be carried out, what needs to be cut off. And everybody's not gonna make it. And we gotta make peace with that. I've made peace with that. But we have to get to a point where we're not just surviving, because gynocracy is just surviving. That's all they think about, to do just enough to stay alive. Because there is no excellence to be had under a gynocratic system. Thank you, Chano. Said Tabitha's spiritual value is that Super Saiyan Blue. And let me speak a little bit about Tabitha. Just a little bit. Because I'm going to save a lot of it because I want to speak on it later. Her spiritual value is very high. Because if you bothered to watch her response to the letter P, she mentioned the spiritual value several times. She mentioned it several times in regards to her marriage. I'm going to speak on that later though. I'm going to save that. But I agree with you, Chano, that her spiritual value is high. And this proves that she's living by a value system that goes against the gynocratic system. Why do you think the gynocracy came for her? Why do you think the letter P came for her? Why do you think linebacker shoulders came for her? Or tried to? We're always trying to come for a lioness while you sitting on the set farting loud enough for folks to hear it, and for I guess the camera to the microphone to pick it up. So uncouth. And then thought it was funny. It's not funny. I wish I would sit here in the middle of a live stream and let one go. That's so nasty. Yeah, that's what she did. That was so nasty. Like, girl. I haven't even seen no men get on no platform and do that. They got more decorum than to do that. More Living said, it's the process of switching from surviving and thriving. It's the hardest thing I've ever experienced in my life. My heart is in my throat right now. Yeah, I agree, More Living. I agree. Very difficult. Oh, you gonna cry some bitter tears. Because what it does is it makes you understand exactly where you are in life. It removes all of the illusion. It removes all of the veils and the clouds and the fog, and you see with extreme clarity where you are versus where you were and versus where you want to be. And that reality check is a check for your behind, okay? Exactly, Father's Time said Tabitha stood tall on her value system and husband and was victorious for all to see. But the letter P don't understand nothing like that. That's how you're supposed to behave with your husband. And that is how you defend your marriage in public as well. Tabitha did an excellent job. Because I probably would have just ignored her. But I definitely understand why Tabitha chose to respond. Because that wasn't a reaction, that was a response. See, a reaction is chaotic. A response has order. You can tell that Tabitha is under leadership and under system, order, and structure because she didn't react to the letter P. She responded to her. And there is a big difference. That is how you support and defend your marriage, your principles, your value system, and your husband. You don't never let nobody come for your man. Never let nobody come for your man. Especially somebody that's completely unworthy. How dare you speak on my marriage at all, when I actually have a marriage. Boop! 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 I actually got a marriage letter P. Boop! And she did it so nice. She was so nice about it. But the letter P wouldn't know nothing about that. You don't let nobody speak on your man. Excuse you. Can't nobody come tell me about what I'm doing for my man and speak on it. Excuse you. Boop. Excuse you. But anyway. That offended me, and he wasn't even none of my husband. But just knowing what a wife is supposed to do, the nerve, the absolute unmitigated gall. Anyway, this is why I talk about the value system the way that I do. Because it is critical that the women who are within the sound of my voice, who are red pill, understand what I'm talking about. And for the ladies who don't know exactly which way to go, all that they've understood has been gynocratic teaching and thinking, but kind of on the fence about it, kind of don't really agree. You know, hopefully they can find benefit in the things that I talk about and understanding about the value system, the 10 life value system, and how incredibly important it is to have a system that is outside of the one that we grow up with culturally and environmentally. The things that it tells us to value versus what we really should value. And understanding that the women before us have not had overall good outcomes following that backwards value system where you value a bunch of BS. You know? Thank you, Dark Power, for the Cash App. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you, Dr. Dunbar. He said it's about being right and independent. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Eugene Steele said, if you have read the last two chats I made, the gynocracy and other genetically modified females. Shout out to Danica. Said, do not seem to understand those points. That's cap. Let me say this before I go. They feign oblivious and misunderstandings. That's nothing more than misdirection. They understand exactly what you're saying. They understand what's being said because there's no way to not understand the truth. There's no such thing as hearing the truth and then not understanding it. Unless you have some arrested mental development, there is no such thing as being presented the truth and then completely being oblivious to it and not understanding anything that's being said. It's all lies. Lies, lies. Misdirection and lies. That's all that it is. Right, Chano, it's a pump fake. It's a pump fake. Act like they were going long and then it was a screen. So, yeah. It's a fake. They understand it just fine. Every gynocrat listening to me understands what I'm saying. That's why they go so hard against it, because they understand it. They understand the outcome of what I'm talking about. If you follow it to its logical conclusion, they understand that. That's why it's so abhorrent. Right, Greg. A whole flea flicker. Right? Okay. So, this is how you become part of the A-Game family. Right? So, this is A-Game. For those of you who don't know, this is a male herbal solution that has 21 awesome herbs in it that addresses a man's overall health by addressing his blood circulation, right? So there aren't any artificial ingredients here, no caffeine, no sugar substitutes, nothing that will make you crash or make you sick or anything like that. It's not a 5-hour energy drink. It's not a Red Bull. It's not any of that. This is something that is very healthy and is a male solution to help men with their vitality, their energy, their strength, and their libido. So if you want to be part of the A Game family, or ladies, if you have men in your life that you want to become part of the A Game family as well, then all you got to do is go into the description box, click the link for A Game at agameherbal.com, and you get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10 at checkout. So that is KENDRA, the number 10. And you can have your shipment of A Game on its way to you ASAP. Okay? Wonderful product, wonderful service, all around 5-star. I can't say enough about it. So, I don't know what you're waiting on. Description box, A Game. All right? And I want to thank everyone for coming in, for supporting with the super chat, supporting with the Cash App, and just supporting with your presence and wonderful conversation in the chat. Thank you, Big Cheese. I love you, sis. Thanks for all that you do for Black men. And it's no problem. I do this humbly as well. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.